And we're back in the Amsterdam apartment. I'm here with Emma, and we are setting up for reviewing one of the films that we shot last year across a lot of different locations. This is a film that we shot with the International Fund for Animal Welfare, and Emma has been working for a few weeks and months and a long time on the edit of the film, so cutting down all the different places that we shot around the world, and she's got a rough cut of that film. This film is called Shared Space. It's about people and wildlife coexisting in the face of climate change and following 5 characters who embody that narrative in the places that the NGO, International Fund for Animal Welfare, the places that they work and operate, protecting and restoring nature, just general conservation concept in these locations. So it's taken a long time for Emma to get to the point where we have how long is the cut now? 40 minutes?
It's like 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
I'd say it's a very rough cut.
Very rough cut.
And the goal for today is to just do a first review of that. And I would suggest that we first just watch it one time through.
Okay.
And try to not pause too much.
Okay.
Like we can pause if there's like a super essential thought that you want to like note down, but mostly try to just like let it run and play through.
Great.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I love seeing all the clips together back to back and how much stuff that we have.
Yeah.
I think we have so many good quotes and so many good things that people are saying. And the notes I wrote down are more like specifying things of like, okay, how can we take certain things that are said and getting clarity. Okay, the hardest part of taking a film like this from this cut, this like rough cut that we have in 40 minutes and taking it down to 25 is trying to figure out what the key messages are that we want for each of these scenes to have, and then figuring out what is going to be cut that doesn't take away from what already exists in the longer cut.
Yeah, I think because we only have 25 minutes, like every scene, every quote, everything needs to be intentional while allowing like a little bit of room for some natural moments, because those are the ones where we like get to know our characters and relate to them. Some of the sort of funny bits or something, we want to like not cut all of that out, but it needs to be super intentional. Okay.
Davey is going to have a cut of the Iceland film on Wednesday. And from Wednesday, I think Thursday and Friday, we can go to there. What's on calendar?
Oh, okay. I'm dismissed.
You're dismissed. Unless you want to say something.
You never know. I might have things to say.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You're dismissed.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, wrapping up the review of this part of the edit for the Shared Space film, it's pretty good, feeling very confident about kind of where a film is at this point. But from my experience and our experience of doing these edits, there's always so many revisions and so many ways you could just reimagine it. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take the film now. We're going to present it to our other team member, Davey. Going to meet with him next week and show him what we have. And based on our notes and kind of our outlook, figure out what a third person who hasn't seen the film, hasn't been involved in the making of the film, has for a perspective. Because from our experience so far, that's actually a really advantageous way to sort of break the mold of the edit that you have so far. We've been pretty close to this footage. We obviously filmed it. We've been reviewing it a lot. Emma's been reviewing it a lot. And we may, just like have things in our mind that we already know, like pre-context that might be missing from the film. So getting a third person is going to really give us that edge to, break the mold of what we have and figure out potential new ways to reimagine it, cut down the film, and get it going into a more final state. At the same time, Davey is working on the Iceland film, and Emma's going to review the final cut of the Borneo film. So we've got a couple of films sort of in motion at the moment, and that's like the main thing that's happening here when we're in Amsterdam. So it's just really good to have this time to be able to wrap up these films. A lot of last year involved us moving around a lot, and those productions back to back and in many different locations around the world didn't leave much time for us to be able to actually get into the edits as early and as like deep as we have been able to since we're in Amsterdam. And I think this year, one of the main things that we've been really moving towards is incorporating working with other people like our editor Davey, so that we can get more of a team vibe going, where passing off some of those responsibilities that can allow us to do other things like pre-plan for more productions upcoming and just actually get out into the field and not have things lag out for so long. So starting to work with people in a capacity where we're getting to know how they work and they get to know our work, and it gets like more faster and streamlined. So when we're out in the field and doing other tasks, it really just frees up our time so we can allocate it even better. Because a lot of what we do is not just filming out in the field, but we're also planning new shoots, pitching to clients, and trying to figure out where to get money to actually make a lot of these films. And just being able to pass off the work to other teammates is a huge thing. It's Friday, so we're gonna now just go out for a walk and wrap up for the week and come back next week and see what else we can do for these films. Yeah, and just like as a last sort of final note, Emma was reminding me about the last documentary that I made back in 2022 in Iceland. And, I was working with another filmmaker in Iceland, and every time we showed the film to new people who hadn't seen it, that's when we totally reimagined like what we were actually creating. Yeah, people ask questions. So you just get so close to it, and you don't really see what is missing or what is too much. Yeah. So I think it's, even though like I'm pretty stoked at how the film is right now, I really want someone else to see it who just hasn't been there, and that's going to be able to like reimagine the film in a different way. And while everything else is going on, Emma's also going to be making cut downs for little character stories for each person. Another deliverable, another thing that we're doing for this film for IFA is to create a couple of different character profiles for each of the people. So 5 character profiles. And excited for that as well. So can't wait to get more stuff edited next week.
Now it's sunny, so
but now it's sunny, so outside. Bye. Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's going on, Edu? How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, what's going on? Greetings from Amsterdam.
Yeah, nice. Are you living there?
I am living here sometimes, but we're based here. My girlfriend Emma and me. This is Emma.
Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Yeah. We're just working on some edits for some films that we shot last year, and preparing and like figuring out what we're gonna do in Brazil. But very excited to hear what you're up to. The future. So like the essence is the work continues, like celebrating all the things that you've all done, but then showing what you're doing also into the future. And we will write a script for that, for like a short 1-minute video. And we will want to capture some actions in that video. And then there'll be like a 5-minute video, which will incorporate some like interviews that'll make it a little bit longer and more explained. And
we'll work with both. We'll work with both archive, but we'll also come for about 10 days to 2 weeks to capture new interviews and new material. We don't have to. I mean, if there's nothing to film in the Amazon, we're not going to go to the Amazon, because I'm sure I haven't like there's so much in there. I haven't looked through it all, but I'm sure there's some like drone material, the landscape. Yeah. And there's these like footage of like the animals that are being released. So, like there is enough there, so we don't need to. I'm not going to go there if there's nothing there to.
Look at that jaguar. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So that makes it a lot easier, because then we can spend 5 days in each location.
Just got off the phone with my friend Edu in Brazil, and very excited to be heading there in a couple of months for a production with On Safari, which is an organization that I've worked with in the past for about 6-7 years now. And they are doing incredible work in the Pantanal as well as other regions within Brazil, to protect landscapes that jaguars and many other animals live within. And very excited because we have been wanting to work with them for a while, but there was never really funding actually to make it happen. And last year we were able to get funding, a grant from a corporate social responsibility organization, and basically it's made it possible for us to go and make a media production with them. We're going to be heading there in April, creating a media piece that is showing the history of their work, plus looking forward to the future of the work that they still have left to do. Basically celebrating everything that they've done and showcasing in a really dynamic and energetic way what they have left to do, because there's still a lot of work to do, even though they've done so much. And just want to stress that, how important it is to really just build relationships with the people that you work with over time. Because if you're just out there to, make videos, make films, and do photographs, and you don't build these connections with people, it's not as fun to work and to work on these media projects, because it's essential really to be on the same page and be excited about creating stuff together. And, just speaking with my friend Edu, I haven't seen him in 4 years, and it was just like instantly being able to catch up with him, and having that rapport with people is essential to be able to make media that is going to be able to reach people. And I just can't wait to get back to Brazil, and very stoked for this upcoming production with Jaguars.